What's up, a Cinema Shogun here, and I have been telling you all for over a week now that AH and her legal team are getting desperate. And today, that desperation was put on full display for the world to see, because today, randomly, AH's lawyers tried to file a motion for dismissal. They tried to dismiss this entire case right before AH's witnesses have to take the stand, right before AH is scheduled to take the stand. They literally tried to just get this case thrown out of court. And I was just sitting there laughing my ass off the whole time, because it shows how they feel. It shows where they are at mentally right now. And mentally, they are drained. Mentally, they feel defeated. Mentally, they are trying their last-ditch effort to salvage whatever they can here. And, of course, it got denied. But let's just take a look at some of the details. In the middle of Johnny Depp's $50 million defamation case against his ex-wife, AH, her legal team motioned for dismissal of the lawsuit. The judge has, however, denied the request after arguments from both sides. On Tuesday, Depp's side wrapped their witness list as the plaintiff rested their case. Before defendant AH's team brings witnesses to the stands, her attorney, Ben Rottenborn, made the case for why the lawsuit should be thrown out, arguing that Depp's side doesn't have enough to prove defamation. I would argue otherwise. I think that not only did AH and her wicked ways get exposed throughout this trial, I think they made a good argument showing how Johnny was financially affected by all of this. Now, I mentioned before that I feel like this case has gotten out of control. This trial has really gone all over the place, because what they're really trying to prove here is just that Johnny lost out on a lot of money, basically. That's basically the gist of what they're trying to prove here. However, I think Johnny is trying to prove way more than that. And that's why we've seen this case go so many directions, because not only is he trying to prove that, hey, I lost out on all this money, but he's trying to prove that AH is the one that was really responsible for being, I can't say the word. Let's just know it starts with an A. Depp's attorney, Benjamin Chu, recapped their witness testimonies up to this point, claiming that they've shown how Depp's career and reputation was tarnished by AH's December 2018 Washington Post op-ed, which is at the center of this case, which is something a lot of people forget about. Though she did not mention Depp by name in the article, she wrote about becoming a public figure representing DA and feeling the full force of our culture's wrath for women who speak out. What wrath did she feel? What, she felt the wrath of some Johnny Depp fans calling her out for her bogus lies? At the end of the day, she continued working. This hasn't affected her. She wants to play the victim, like she was the victim for speaking out. No, you're the reason why people were so harsh on you is because you were blatantly lying and everyone knew it. Chu said that AH, who has not yet taken the stand, was the A user in the relationship. Once again, I can't say that word. Starts with an A, ends with an R. In his final statements countering Chu's argument, Rottenborn spoke about disputed evidence of A in the case presented by the plaintiff. I can tell you she is not the A. And if the case moves forward, she and her witnesses will put out even more evidence of the physical A she suffered at the hands of Mr. Depp. So he's threatening that, if this case goes forward, we're going to drop even more evidence that Depp did this and even more evidence that Depp did that. Well, where's that evidence so far? This whole situation has been going on for years. Literally. Some of you all have had kids that are younger than this case. Like, this case is like, what? It's been going on for almost a decade. We're closing in on a decade that this situation's been going on. Time flies. I know 2015 and, that area of time, it doesn't seem like it's that far away, but it's almost 10 years ago at this point. Literally. So he's threatening that they have more evidence. I don't believe it. I think we would have seen it by now. After reviewing all of the evidence, though, the judge denied the motions, saying that the weight of the evidence is up to the fact finders, meaning she is letting the jury decide whether Heard's op-ed was indeed defamatory as the trial continues. So it was dismissed. Of course it was going to be dismissed. I think that this hurts them. I think that this makes them look even worse, in my opinion. It shows that they're desperate. It shows that they're not confident. Maybe that's the better way to put it. I think it shows that they're desperate, but at the very least, it shows that they don't have confidence in AH, and they don't have confidence in the witnesses that they're about to call to the stand. If they did, I don't think this would have happened, because at the end of the day, it's nonsense. They were clearly going to go ahead and go on. This was clearly going to get denied, but it was a last-ditch effort for them. It was an act of desperation. Literally, a last-ditch effort to try to save or salvage whatever they could here before AH looks even worse. And I also think it was an attempt to salvage their own careers, because let's be honest here. Who in their right mind, after watching this trial, is going to hire Rottenborn or the cat lady? I can't even remember her name right now. Who in the hell is going to hire them? They have done a piss poor job. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not on AH's side at all. So I'm kind of happy that they're doing a bad job, but I almost feel bad for them. If AH wasn't such a terrible person, I would feel kind of bad for her right now that her lawyers suck this bad. And if the lawyers weren't being so snarky, and they've been really standoffish the past few days, in my opinion, I think they've been getting kind of ugly with the witnesses. If they weren't acting like that, then I would feel bad for them, that they had to literally defend this turd. You know, a literal human turd. And it's obviously difficult to defend this woman because they have no defense. So, I mean, I would feel bad for them if they weren't being such pricks to everyone that they're talking to. So, at the end of the day, I think that they know that this is the beginning of the end of their career. It's sad. Well, I mean, it's not sad, but as a figure of speech, it's sad when you think about the fact that AH, Rottenborn, and the cat lady, literally AH is taking her lawyers down with her. I do not see these lawyers taking on another high-profile case like this anytime soon. I think it's the beginning of the end of AH's career, the beginning of the end of Rottenborn's career, the beginning of the end of Cat Lady's career, because these people are garbage, they're trash, and it's laughable. You know, I'm no legal expert, I'm not a lawyer, but I just feel like I could do a better job than them. The questions they ask, like, is it hot in the Bahamas? What about these muffins? What about these muffins? Objection! And they're literally objecting to their, oh man. They're just embarrassing. It's almost hard to watch, but it's also funny at the same time. But I want to know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you on the next video.